Have you ever quit your job because of a bad boss? New research says you're not alone. This is News Review from BBC Learning English. I'm Beth.
And I'm Phil. Make sure you watch to the end to learn the vocabulary that you need to talk about this story.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and try the quiz on our website. Now, today's story.
Bad bosses make people quit. Almost a third of British workers in a recent study say that they've left the job because of their manager. Nearly a fifth of people say that their managers were ineffective. Unhappiness with management means workers are less likely to be motivated and less likely to stay. The survey also shows that most bosses are accidental managers, having never been taught how to run a team.
You've been looking at the headlines, Phil. What's the vocabulary?
We have prompted, formal, and attrition.
This is News Review from BBC Learning English. Let's have a look at our first headline.
Yes, this is from The Guardian. Bad management has prompted 1 in 3 UK workers to quit, survey finds.
As this headline says, a third of British workers have quit because of bad management. We're going to learn about the word prompt. Phil, what's the connection between bad managers and people leaving their jobs?
Well, it's quite simple. One thing causes something else to happen. It prompts it to happen. So having a manager who's not very good might prompt you to leave your job. If you see another job advertised with a really high salary, that might prompt you to apply for that job.
Yeah, that's one meaning. And I remember when I was studying for exams, I used prompt cards. I would write information on them to try and help me remember.
Yes, we call them prompt cards because they prompt you to do something. They prompt you to remember. In fact, you could say they prompt your memory. And actually, Beth, what's that you've got in your hand?
It's my script. You have one too. And if I forget what I'm going to say, I can look down and it prompts me. Okay, let's look at that again. And remember to make some notes to prompt your memory in the future. Let's have our next headline.
This is from Fortune. Nearly all bosses are accidental with no formal training, and research shows it's leading 1 in 3 workers to quit.
This headline is about accidental managers and how they can lead people to leave their jobs. We're going to learn about the word formal. Now, Phil, I know formal language, like putting yours sincerely at the end of a letter. Formal dress might be a suit or something like that, but what do we mean here?
Well, we're talking about formal training, but it's related to all those examples you've just given. If you're using formal language, there are rules and you have to follow them. If you want to dress formally, then you need to follow the rules. And formal training is officially organised, so there are rules to follow, and there's probably an exam at the end of it as well.
Okay, so my university degree and my teaching qualifications were formal training. I had to follow the rules, do exams and assignments. But can we have informal training like we have informal language and informal dress?
Yeah, of course. Think about all the things that you've learnt without having to do a course. Maybe you taught yourself, or maybe you asked someone to help you. Beth, is there anything that you've learnt to do informally?
I suppose I learnt to sing, I learnt to cook. That's all informal training. I suppose you could say that learning English on our website is informal training. Okay, let's look at that again. Next headline, please.
This is from Personnel Today. Accidental managers are driving attrition.
Now we're going to learn the word attrition. To me, Phil, this sounds like something quite bad or negative. And here we're talking about managers. So does it have a business meaning?
Well, there are a few meanings. None of them are good, and there is a business meaning. Beth, what would happen to a company if lots of people left and they didn't get replaced?
It'll get smaller. I suppose that means the company can't do as much.
And that's the meaning that we're using in this headline. The business meaning of attrition is that companies get smaller as people leave and they're not replaced.
Okay, so can we use attrition outside of a business context?
Yeah, there is a more general meaning, and it means to make something gradually weaker by continually attacking it or causing it problems. And in fact, we have this phrase, a war of attrition, which is a long disagreement or conflict where each side is always making the other side more angry.
That sounds like my neighbours. They are always arguing about one thing or another. It's become a real war of attrition. Okay, let's look at that again. We've had prompted, made something happen.
Formal, according to the rules.
And attrition, gradually getting weaker.
Now, if you're interested in problems at work, check out this episode of 6 Minute English all about being unhappy at work. Click here to watch.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking here so you never miss another video. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.